He's Blake. I'm Ronnie. A little impromptu stream here where we're talking a movie we both watched last night, The Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke. Uh, what'd you think, Blake? What'd you think about
You
this?
want you want you want to
First
hear
off,
something embarrassing?
first off, we got to decide. We probably don't need to give away spoilers, right?
We're um, I mean, it's been out for like 4 months.
Yeah, but it's just brand new to Peacock, like 2 days. All right, so here's the deal. If you guys are worried in any way about hearing spoilers for the Black Phone, hit the road right now. Everybody else that wants to hear our spoiler filled review of the Black Phone, hang around. And in 3, 2, 1, we're going to talk about it. So, Blake, what did you think about? Yeah, and I do want to hear something embarrassing or whatever you said.
So I see Ethan Hawke's name in like the intro credits or whatever, and I'm like, hey, Ethan Hawke, I kept saying, is he gonna pop up as a cop or what? Never clicked to me that he he was the grabber. It wasn't until like the very end. I'm like, there he is. There's Ethan
Are you?
Hawke.
You're so full of crap.
I swear to God. I swear to God. You can ask my son. I was like, hey, Ethan Hawke's in this. And I was like, halfway
They
through, I was
showed
like,
him
you
in
seen
the
Ethan Hawke?
trailer.
Dude, I mean, listen, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I'm just, I wanted, I'm just being honest, open and honest here. But my initial thoughts on this was it wasn't very scary. Let me start off by saying I really like this movie. I really had a good time watching this movie. I saw a couple of our other guys on YouTube trashing this movie. I had a good time
Really?
watching this movie. Yeah, like
Yeah.
bashing it or whatever.
Well, I
But
think I think most people a lot of people might have fell into the trap that even me and my wife had talked about. That when you watch the trailer to this movie, you're thinking, okay, this is a freaking horror movie. And then when you
yeah.
watch the movie, it's just a real mystery suspense type movie. There's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not a horror movie. I mean, there's horror elements, but it's not the kind of horror movie that the trailer made it out to be. But I agree with you 100%. This movie had me at the very beginning with the opening credits. They made this movie look like something straight out of the 70s, like out of a true crime documentary. Those opening credits were so freaking creepy of the missing kids and the
Yes.
van. I mean, this for people
I
that
mean,
were
what were
raised,
you and I told when we were kids
stay away
about
from
the
the
van?
van.
Stay away from van.
Here in the South, it was white vans. Stay away from any kind of weird white vans. So this right here presses the button on all the fears that we had. Speaking selfishly, as a child, and this creepy guy that's got black balloons and a black van that's rolling around just kidnapping. It seems like a kid a week. And they called him the grabber. And there is apparently a small town, and there's just pictures of it seems like I thought there was like way more than 5 or 6 kids that he had kidnapped, because it seemed like there were pictures everywhere. And it just
Yeah.
seems like every other night, the town is joining hands and walking, trying to find another kid. And this is I mean, for people that want a hardcore horror movie like Sinister, like this director's last movie with Ethan Hawke anyway, I think you're going to probably be disappointed. But for people who wanted like a mystery, creepy little drama filled movie about a kid overcoming his fears, and a couple of kids that may or may not have these psychic abilities that their mother passed on to them. This is a really, really good movie. Now I could watch this. I've seen it one time. I could watch this movie like 50 more times and go, okay, you know what? The movie's not really that good. But
Yeah.
after my initial watch, this movie is really, really good. I really like this movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was like 90 minutes or something like that. It wasn't
It
overly long.
mhm.
It was great.
it was an easy watch, and I gotta like give everybody who's involved credit. I can't think of one annoying character. I thought the kids were great. I thought Ethan Hawke was fantastic. There really wasn't any slow parts in this movie. Like I didn't find myself saying, "Okay, come on, get to
Get
whatever
to
we're
it.
trying to get to." Um, And I love how everything led to something. Like all these phone calls this kid's getting in that basement. You think they're telling him how to escape, but no, they're setting up for the big finale. Like each one's version of, hey, you need to do this. For example, hey, you need to dig underneath the slab. You think he's going to crawl out from under the house. That's how he's going to get out. But no, they're setting that up for him to fall at the end. Hey, here's a cord. Try to reach that bar on the window to climb out. No, the cord's there for you to strangle him with at the end. Hey, escape through the wall through the freezer. No, that's there for you to find the meat to give to the dog at the end. Everything and the weird stuff that the ghosts are saying to him isn't necessarily meant for him. It's meant for Ethan Hawke because he gets those messages at the end when he holds the phone to the ear. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. And Ethan Hawke's masks, really, really cool. You got the one that's smiling. You got the one that's frowning. His weirdo self sitting in that chair upstairs waiting on him to try to escape so he can play Naughty Boy. Man, it was so good. The weird relationship between his brother, like the only thing weirder is mine and your relationship there. But that was just completely. And then the swerve at the end, because I looked at my son and I said, wait a minute. The cops just went in the basement and they see bodies. So are they in a different house? They're in a different house across the street. My goodness, dude. I had such a good time watching this movie.
Yeah, my wife said, she goes, he's dead. Whenever the cops find the grave, she goes, oh no, he's dead. And I'm sitting there going, is that the twist on this movie, that this kid is dead down there and this is all just like one last flash before he? I was like, this is going to be a really terrible movie if he's dead, because I put a lot of stock in this guy getting out, nothing happening to the sister. But I'm like you, when they reveal at the end, the news reveals the grabber owned two houses, one right across the street from each other, one where he kidnapped them, one where he buried them. I mean, this and okay, you said there were no annoying characters, and this is just a personal preference of mine, but their father is very annoying to me. First off, he let Tom Hanks get killed in Saving Private Ryan, so I'll never forgive him for that. Second, I had to fast forward through the scene where he's beating his daughter with a belt because he doesn't want her to be like the mother. I mean, to be honest, completely honest, total transparency.
No, you're right. He is definitely he is without a doubt the least likable character, and that's including Ethan Hawke. But I will say this, and I'm not trying to justify anything that he's doing. He's reading a paper and it zooms in on the article. I don't know if you noticed this.
I didn't.
It's something about he is a vet, and it's something about his benefits getting cut off or something like that. And it's something along those lines. I'll have to go back and watch it, which has led to him being an alcoholic, comboed with his wife committing suicide. So in his drunken state of mind, he is so terrified that his daughter has these gifts that his wife has, that she's going to end up committing suicide. He's doing everything he can, even though it's horribly wrong and upside down, to prevent that. That's why he's beating her, saying, stop having these dreams. Stop telling people about the dreams.
This was a 2-night watch for me. We got through to that scene where he's beating her, and I grabbed the remote and turned it off. It's like, we can go to bed. And I fast forwarded it to the end of that scene before I picked it back up. I don't know if it's my age. I just have no desire to see anything like that at all. He was the most annoying character to me. I like the idea that the grabber kidnaps the brother right at the time where his brother comes to stay with him. So it sort of ruins his little thing that he's got going on there, his crime spree, and he's not able to kill Finn as fast as he wants. And I also like what you said, the fact that they're getting these phone calls, and you're like, okay, not only does his sister have the ability to see the future and see things, but Finn, now he has power too. It's like the mother. He can hear ghosts. He can see ghosts. And I was really hoping he wasn't going to die, and then the sister would have to use her power to try to find, his, not only his spirit, but where the killer lived. So I was glad both kids lived. I do like what you said, the fact that a lot of facts, the fact that each one of the calls helped him survive. And the first one going, don't go upstairs because the door is unlocked. Don't go upstairs. And like he sneaks up the stairs for just a second. I'm like, where are you going? But then he goes back down and gets on the phone and he goes, if he sees you, you're a naughty boy and he's going to beat you till you pass out. So that's what the grabber would do. He would leave the door unlocked. Once they tried to escape, he would beat them till they passed out. Then the next day he would kill them. So by Finn not going through any of this stuff, he ruined the grabber's game to the point where do you think Ethan Hawke would have let him go whenever he comes down there and goes, here's your food. This game's not going the way I thought it would. I'm thinking of letting you go. And then he asks him his name and he tells him the wrong name. So he throws his food down and goes, and to think I was going to let you go, and walks up the stairs. So I don't know, just a really good movie. At the end, the cokehead brother that's staying at the house figures it out with the last line.
He's obsessed with the case. That's what makes it great. He's obsessed with the case. And one of the ghosts says on the phone, he's paranoid because his brother's almost got everything solved.
The grabber had not slept in a few days because he just sits in the chair at the top of the stairs waiting for Finn to escape so he can beat him, like Blake said, and play naughty boy, to the point where one of these ghosts tell him the combination lock to the front door. And think about this for a second, Blake. The grabber's brother is so coked out that he doesn't realize there's a combination lock on the front door. I mean, think about that.
I was just thinking, I was trying to figure out if we had him in the wrong house, but you're right. The brother is staying in the house that Finn's in.
Mm-hmm. He goes down there and finds him, and the grabber has to kill his own brother there at the end by taking a axe to his head. And here's another thing that comes across about this movie for me. There's a lot of bullying going on in this town and back in the 70s. Like everybody's getting beat up. Like Finn is getting bullied. He's got a friend that just literally almost kills somebody on the street before they go to school one morning. He's one of the guys that gets taken by the grabber. This Finn guy, this kid's a pretty good athlete because he almost strikes out the best baseball player in the town. So, I mean, he's not a teetotal wimp, but the whole movie is about, what his friend tells him. One day you're going to have to stand up for yourself. And there at the very end, his friend is telling him, take a step back, take a step forward, swing, take a step back, take a step forward, swing. And that, like you said, it all falls into place because when the grabber comes down there, he chases Finn, he falls into the hole. The screen that was on the window causes him to break his ankle. He's swinging at him, and he's like, it's not the fight that you envisioned. It's because he's in a hole. Take a step forward, take a step back, swing. And like he just keeps hitting him over and over. And then he does the neck breaker that Road Warrior Hawk took out Jimmy Garvin with in War Games to finish off the grabber at the very end.
Well, what's funny about the bullying stuff is, in the beginning, the sister's like, yeah, this kid used to be the toughest guy in the neighborhood, but once the grabber got him, now it's this kid, and she ends up saying that again. Well, at the end, Finney's the toughest guy in the school.
Yes.
As he's walking through, everybody's staring at him. I heard he broke the guy's neck. No, I heard he strangled him. I heard he just beat him with a phone until he died. So now Finney is the legend of the school now.
See, I was telling my wife, I was like, okay, well, this guy is the people he's grabbed have been, especially when they did the flashback of like the people he's gotten, especially that dude with the big hair that played the pinball. I was like, every kid he's grabbed, with the exception of the paper boy, have been like really tough kids. So this guy must be like, whenever he tries to, I don't think he can overpower him because it's not like he's a wimp or anything. So, I mean, the grabber was a badass dude and sick, and pretty much told Finney at the end, he goes, the other ones I killed fast with a knife. I'm going to take my time with you. It's going to hurt a lot.
Ethan Hawke looking jacked sitting in that chair, dude.
No joke. That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, okay, is that Ethan Hawke or did they just put that mask on somebody else? That dude was yoked in them top scenes. I was like, look at this guy. Definitely
Yeah.
looking old though. He's not beautiful like he used to be, but he did great in this movie. I thought it was going to be like some kind of like split personality, and maybe that's why
Yeah.
sometimes when he come down there he was nice and sometimes he was mean. But no, there was no split personality. This dude was freaking crazy. And that abduction scene of Finney, whenever he like stumbles and drops his groceries so he can grab him with the balloons and spray that stuff in his mouth. Just the creepiest, the biggest fear of kids getting kidnapped, weirdos in vans, Black Phone, great movie, 7 out of 10, easily for me. 7 out of 10.
I think 7 out of 10 is a good score. You really only get one grab. Okay, I say that. The scare scene that got me, Ronnie, was the upside down ghost in the corner. That I was like, whoa, because we were watching it. All the lights in the house were off.
Mm-hmm.
The upside down ghost pointing to the phone got me. And I'm not gonna say it was scary, but like the most graphic scene, I guess, had to be him killing his brother. I got some Leatherface vibes with that. Kind of just out of nowhere. And the
He was
brother
an
was there to
idiot.
like. There was no hesitation. There was no hesitation. Like the brother was there to help. He's like, look, he's at work, so let's go. Let's get out of here. And bam.
I wonder what job the grabber had. It never told.
He was a
He
magician.
just said he said he used to be a magician. The grabber hits his brother in the head with an axe. He was an idiot, but he was my idiot. Look what you made me do. Now he has to join the rest of them, of the naughty boys. So great movie. Ethan Hawke should pair up with this director every chance he gets. He was in that movie Sinister with him, and Sinister was another great movie. So did you give it a review?
Every one of you, yeah, I think a 7 out of 10 is good, but every one of you should check out the Black Phone on Peacock. If you don't have Peacock, comment below. Ronnie will give you his password. Go check it out. It's a really good movie.
All right, guys, like, comment. What did you think about the Black Phone? If you saw it, share this video. Keep watching. And me and Blake will see you next time.